Most people don't realize it until it's almost too late. A slow, quiet threat builds inside the body, draining energy, fogging the mind, and stealing away independence one tired day at a time. It hides in plain sight, often mistaken for aging itself. But in truth, it's a struggle your kidneys fight every single day. And when they lose, the cost is high. Fatigue, swelling, high creatinine levels, even dialysis. Yet here's the hopeful twist. Simple, natural choices can protect kidney health and bring real change. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Vital Science for Seniors. Today, I want to show you 10 natural drinks that can help keep your kidneys strong. These aren't exotic cures or miracle potions, but science-backed, everyday options that could help you reclaim energy, confidence, and joy in life. Because protecting your kidneys is protecting your freedom. I remember one of my patients, Evelyn, a retired school teacher in her late 60s. She came to me tired and discouraged after being told her kidney function was slipping. What struck me was her determination. She didn't want to spend her golden years shuffling from one doctor's appointment to the next. She wanted to travel, garden, and read to her grandkids without the constant fatigue weighing her down. We talked about diet for kidney disease and how simple foods could help protect kidney health. That's when I told her about red grape juice. You see, red grapes are full of antioxidants, especially one called resveratrol. Think of antioxidants as tiny bodyguards inside your bloodstream, chasing away the troublemakers, those unstable molecules that damage your cells, including the delicate filters inside your kidneys. A 2016 study in the journal Kidney and Blood Pressure Research showed resveratrol helped reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in damaged kidneys. For Evelyn, swapping one sugary soda each day for a small glass of fresh red grape juice was a simple, hopeful step. Within months, her energy improved and her creatinine levels steadied. Of course, moderation matters. Too much juice can mean too much sugar, but for most people, a few glasses a week can be part of a kidney-friendly lifestyle, offering both flavor and science-backed benefits. Not long ago, another patient of mine, George, came into the clinic looking worried. He had read somewhere that coffee was bad for his kidneys, and at 71, he wasn't eager to give up his morning ritual. I smiled because the truth is more reassuring than most people realize. Research, including a 2022 analysis in Kidney International reports, shows that moderate coffee consumption may actually protect kidney health. Imagine your kidneys as two tireless workers filtering out waste from your blood all day long. Caffeine gives a gentle wake-up call, but the real heroes in coffee are its antioxidants, fighting inflammation like firefighters dousing sparks before they become wildfires. For people like George, drinking 1 to 2 cups of black coffee daily may even lower the risk of chronic kidney disease and kidney stones. But here's the balance. Too much coffee can raise blood pressure or add excess potassium if loaded with creamers or additives, making things harder for aging kidneys. When I explained this to George, he looked relieved, savoring the thought that his morning cup wasn't a villain after all. Instead, it was a companion, as long as he kept it moderate and watched the extras swirling in the cup. Coffee, when enjoyed wisely, can be part of a diet for kidney disease prevention rather than a threat to it. When Linda, a 74-year-old grandmother with a sparkle in her eye, came to see me, she carried a list of questions scribbled on the back of an envelope. At the top was this one. Does cranberry juice really help my kidneys, or is that just an old wives' tale? I told her the story hidden in those tiny red berries. Cranberry juice is famous for supporting urinary tract health because it helps prevent bacteria from sticking to the bladder wall, reducing the risk of painful infections. And when infections stay away, the kidneys are spared the stress and inflammation that often follow. It's like giving your kidneys fewer battles to fight so they can focus on keeping your blood clean. Studies in journals like Phytotherapy Research confirm these benefits, especially for older adults prone to recurrent infections. But there's a twist. Many cranberry drinks on store shelves are loaded with sugar or come in super concentrated forms that can add too much oxalate, a compound linked to kidney stones. So, I told Linda what I tell all my patients. Choose pure, unsweetened cranberry juice and enjoy it in small amounts. She started sipping a glass a few times a week, smiling at the thought that something so simple could help protect kidney function and maybe even keep her out of the urgent care clinic she so disliked. I often think of Mr. Patel, a retired engineer with a calm smile and a habit of carrying a small notebook filled with health questions. One day he asked me if green tea was worth the hype for kidney health. I told him to picture the kidneys as two busy water filters. Over the years, debris like inflammation, high creatinine, and tiny crystals can clog those filters, making them work harder. Green tea carries natural plant compounds called catechins, which act like gentle cleaners, reducing inflammation and slowing the buildup of those clogs. A study in the Journal of Renal Nutrition found that people who drank green tea regularly had better kidney function markers and fewer signs of oxidative stress. But here's the key: moderation. Too much caffeine from any source, even green tea, can raise blood pressure or strain sensitive kidneys. Mr. Patel began replacing one afternoon soda with a warm cup of green tea, savoring the ritual as much as the health benefits. Over time, his blood work showed steadier numbers, and he told me he felt less bloated, more energetic. For many older adults, 1 to 3 cups a day can be a soothing, science-backed way to protect kidney health without overwhelming those delicate filters we rely on so much. When Maria, a 68-year-old retired librarian, first heard about acai berries, she laughed and said, "Doctor, it sounds like something my grandkids would order at one of those fancy juice bars." But she was curious, especially after reading that antioxidants could help protect kidney health. I explained it this way. Imagine your body as a busy city, with your kidneys as the sanitation workers hauling away waste day and night. Over time, pollution builds up: free radicals, high creatinine, inflammation, and those workers get tired. Acai berries, with their deep purple color, carry anthocyanins and polyphenols, compounds proven in studies like one in Food and Function to fight that internal pollution. For someone with early kidney concerns or looking for a diet for kidney disease prevention, blending frozen unsweetened acai pulp into a smoothie with low-potassium foods like blueberries or almond milk can deliver a punch of flavor and protection without overloading the kidneys. Maria started making a small smoothie twice a week, calling it her kidney kindness ritual. She loved the taste, but even more, she loved feeling like she was giving her body a gift: simple, natural, and rooted in science rather than fad. Small steps like these often bring both hope and health. One of my patients, Harold, used to say, "Doctor, everything I love seems to be bad for my health." He had been told to avoid high potassium foods after a scare with his kidney function, so bananas and oranges were off the table. He looked genuinely surprised when I told him pineapple juice could be a safe, even beneficial choice. Unlike many tropical fruits, pineapple is naturally low in potassium, which makes it gentler on kidneys already working overtime. But there's more to it. Pineapple contains bromelain, a natural enzyme shown in studies like one from Biomedical Reports, to reduce inflammation in the body. I told Harold to think of bromelain as a quiet repair crew, moving through the bloodstream, calming irritation, and making the kidney's job just a bit easier. Plus, pineapple juice adds vitamin C and hydration without the heavy mineral load that can stress aging kidneys. Harold started enjoying a small glass with breakfast a few times a week. It wasn't a magic bullet, but it fit perfectly into a diet for kidney disease, bringing flavor, refreshment, and peace of mind. For many older adults needing low potassium options, pineapple juice offers a sweet way to protect kidney health without feeling deprived of life's little pleasures. I remember Clara, a soft-spoken woman in her early 70s, who came to see me with a folder full of lab results and a worried look. Her creatinine levels had been creeping up, and she was determined to do whatever she could to protect her kidney health. When we talked about simple, natural habits, I mentioned ginger tea. Ginger has been used for centuries, not just for digestion, but for its powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. A study in the Saudi Journal of Kidney Diseases and Transplantation even suggested that ginger could help reduce oxidative stress in the kidneys, a key factor in chronic kidney disease. I told Clara to think of ginger as a calm, steady friend for her kidneys, helping ease the irritation that builds up over time. She started brewing a small pot every evening, adding just a little honey for sweetness. It became her ritual: warm, comforting, and healing. Within months, her blood pressure improved, her digestion felt smoother, and while we couldn't claim miracles, her kidney numbers held steady. Ginger tea is simple, affordable, and easy to make, yet it carries a quiet strength that often surprises people looking for natural ways to support kidney health. Not long ago, I spoke with Samuel, a retired carpenter who had always believed that health advice meant giving up everything he enjoyed. When I told him about blueberry juice, his eyes lit up because he already loved the taste. Blueberries are low in potassium, yet rich in antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which give them their deep blue color. These antioxidants work like tiny shields, protecting the kidneys from oxidative stress, the same stress that can raise creatinine levels and wear down those delicate filters over time. A 2019 study in the Journal of Functional Foods even linked blueberry compounds to improve vascular health, which matters because healthy blood vessels mean better blood flow to the kidneys. I suggested Samuel try a small glass of pure, unsweetened blueberry juice a few times a week. He liked that it didn't feel like medicine or restriction, but rather a simple pleasure with real benefits. Over the months, he told me he had more energy and less swelling in his ankles, a common complaint when kidney function begins to dip. For many older adults looking for low-potassium foods that also taste good, blueberry juice offers a sweet, science-backed way to protect kidney health while still enjoying life's flavors. Some of my patients come in convinced that carbonated water is bad for their kidneys because they've read confusing headlines online. I always tell them the truth is far less scary. Carbonated water is simply water with bubbles added, and for most people, it doesn't harm kidney health at all. In fact, staying hydrated is one of the simplest ways to protect kidney function and keep creatinine levels in check, because water helps flush out waste before it can build up. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition even showed that better hydration lowers the risk of kidney stone formation, a common worry as we age. The key is choosing plain sparkling water without added sodium or sweeteners. I once had a patient, Denise, who replaced her afternoon sodas with a glass of seltzer and a slice of lemon. Within weeks, she felt less bloated and noticed her blood pressure numbers improving slightly. For people sensitive to stomach discomfort, I suggest starting slowly. But for most, carbonated water can be a refreshing, kidney-friendly alternative to sugary drinks, keeping the body's filters working smoothly without unnecessary strain. Sometimes it's the smallest swaps that bring the biggest peace of mind. When Robert, a 76-year-old former mail carrier, first came to see me, his blood pressure was creeping higher and his kidney function was starting to decline. He was already on medication, but wanted to know if there was something natural that might help. I told him about hibiscus tea, a tart, ruby red drink that has been studied for both heart and kidney health. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition found that hibiscus tea could lower blood pressure, which is critical because high blood pressure is both a cause and consequence of kidney problems. I explained to Robert that every sip was like giving his blood vessels a gentle massage, helping them relax so blood could flow more easily through those delicate kidney filters. He started brewing a cup each evening, enjoying the bright flavor and the quiet routine it brought to his day. Within a few months, his blood pressure readings improved, and he told me he simply felt lighter, less weighed down by worry. I cautioned him, as I do all my patients, that hibiscus tea isn't for everyone, especially those on certain medications or with specific health conditions. But for many, it offers a safe, soothing way to support both heart and kidney health naturally. Patients often ask me which drinks they should avoid if they want to protect kidney health. I usually explain that sugary sodas, alcohol, and especially dark cola beverages are hard on the kidneys because they add excess phosphorus and strain the body's ability to filter waste. For someone worried about high creatinine levels or early kidney disease, these drinks can be like adding extra weight to an already tired system. Another common question is about milk. While dairy provides calcium and protein, it's also high in potassium and phosphorus, which can be tough on weakened kidneys. I often suggest unsweetened almond milk or rice milk instead, since they have much lower levels of these minerals. That way, people can still enjoy their morning cereal or coffee without giving their kidneys more work than necessary. Small changes like these can make a big difference over time. So many people believe kidney decline is inevitable with age, but I've seen over and over that small, consistent choices can protect kidney health and even improve quality of life. Whether it's swapping a soda for blueberry juice, enjoying a warm cup of ginger tea, or simply staying hydrated, Each step sends your body a message of care and respect. You are not powerless against rising creatinine levels or the fear of dialysis. Your kidneys respond to kindness, to balance, to moderation, and it's never too late to start. I've watched patients in their 70s and 80s reclaim energy, confidence, and independence through changes as simple as the drinks they choose each day. So take heart. Protecting your kidneys means protecting your freedom to live fully, laugh deeply, and savor the years ahead with strength and hope.